Hi, my name is Daisy. I'm 17, and this is my first video therapy log. Um, hmm. Oh, I'm in a dress. Uh, Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just forget that I'm a boy or, well, a young man. I really should just clear all the dresses out of my closet. This comes from my parents. They said they didn't know what sex I was when I was born, and I had to be one of the two, so they made a guess. And they just guessed wrong, I guess. Um, my parents dressed me like this for a long time. Um, and I don't think they ever actually looked to see if I was a boy or a girl. It was a kind of politeness on their part. But when I was 11, I came across this medical book that had pictures in it, and I realized I looked more like a boy than a girl, but Mother had always wanted a girl, or a bestseller, and I didn't want to be the one to disappoint her. But then, some days, I don't know what would get into me. I would just feel like striking out at her. And so I waited until she was having one of her crying fits. I was 12 now. I took the book to her and I said, "Mother, have you ever seen this book? Are you totally insane? Why have you named me Daisy? Everyone has always said I looked more like a boy than a girl. What the hell's the matter with you?" And she kept crying. Said something about Judith Krantz. Something about being out of shake and bake chicken. And then she said, "I want to die!" Oh. And then she said, "Perhaps you're a boy, but why don't we just wait and see if I menstruated or not?" And then when I asked her what the word meant, she slapped me and washed my mouth out with soap. And then she apologized and hugged me, said she was a bad mother. And then she washed her mouth out with soap. And then she tied me to the kitchen table and turned on all the gas jets and said it'd be just a while longer for the both of us. But eventually my father came home. He untied me and turned off the gas jets. And then he just asked her if dinner was ready. But she laid there on the kitchen floor and wouldn't move. And so he said, "I guess not." He went next to the refrigerator and crouched to read a book. But I don't believe he was actually reading, because he never actually turned any of the pages. And then eventually, since, well, nothing seemed to be happening, I went upstairs and I went to bed. And you know, somewhere in there, I thought they actually cared for me. I mean, after all, she washed her mouth out with soap and he untied me. I mean, if anything, I felt sorry for them. I even contemplated suicide. This is my second session. I'm 19 now. I'm sorry I've waited 2 whole years between the last session and this one. And that I never called or mailed or sent a video or... I'm just sorry. I was just too depressed to show my face. I'm in college now, and I wrote this paper on Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels for 1.5 years. I keep trying to write it. I just have this terrible trouble beginning it. And I know in situations like this I should just start from the beginning. And I've tried that. I just don't seem to get very far. I'm still on the first sentence. Jonathan Swift in Gulliver's Travels is a biting bitter work that... I keep getting stuck on the that. Yes, I'm in men's clothes today. I threw all my dresses away. And I'm thinking of changing my name from Daisy. I'm thinking Francis or Hillary or Marion. And if I feel really good about it, maybe even Rocky. I haven't seen my parents in a while. They call me, but they cry and so on, and then I hold the receiver away from my head. And then I go next to the refrigerator and I crouch for a few days. But what I really wanted to talk to you about is school. I'm not even sure I'm registered. It's not just that Jonathan Swift paper I owe. I owe a paper comparing a George Herbert poem with a Shakespeare sonnet. I owe a paper on the characterization of the Canterbury Tales, and an essay on the American character as seen in Henry James's Daisy Miller. I think it goes, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. And then it talks about me being half crazy, 'cause I am. I'm half sick of shadows, said the Lady of Shalott. I think I was an English major. I learned a certain love of literature from my parents. My mother's a writer. She's the author to the Cliff Notes to Scruples and Princess Daisy. And my father liked reading. He'd often read when he was next to the refrigerator. I have this eerie dream sometimes, though, that I'm a baby and someone is reading from what I think is Mommy Dearest, and then this giant dog is snarling at me, and then this giant truck or bus or something comes down from the sky and it kills me. And I always wake up. Video number 3. Doctor, I'm so depressed. I can barely even talk on this video. It's like I only function for 2 hours a day at maximum. I have this enormous desire to feel absolutely nothing. Video recording 53. You know, when I do get up, I sleep with people obsessively. I'm always checking people out on the street to see who I can sleep with. And I know I can get a venereal disease. I'm pretty sure I already have. It's just that during the sex, there's always those 10 or 20 seconds during which I forget who I am or where I am. And that's why I'm so obsessive, but it's ridiculous to just spend hours and hours a day seeking sex, really, in order for those 10 or 20 seconds. I mean, it's so time-consuming. I mean, no wonder I never get that paper on Gulliver's Travels done. And yes, I haven't gotten the paper done yet. I've been a freshman for 5 years now. At registration every fall, people just stare and laugh at me. Session number 215. I mean, it's the inconsistency I hate my parents most for. 1 minute they're cooing and cuddling me and feeding me NyQuil, and then the next minute they're turning on the gas jets or lying on the floor or threatening to step on my back,
I mean, how dare they treat me like that? What's the matter with them? I didn't ask to be brought into this world. If they didn't know how to raise a child, they should have gotten a dog or a kitten. They're more independent. Or even a gerbil. But they should have just left me unborn.
This is my 377th video. I passed this couple on the street yesterday, and they had this 4-year-old walking between them. You could just tell they were insane. They kept arguing and fighting, and I wanted to snatch that child from them and, I don't know, hurl it in front of a car, I guess. I mean, it was too late to save it, but at least it'd be dead. This is log... I don't even know. It's gotta be over 400. Look, I suppose my parents aren't actually evil, and maybe my plan of hiring a hit person to kill them is going a little too far. I mean, they're not evil, they're just disturbed. And they mean well, but meaning well's not enough. I haven't gotten my Gulliver's Travels paper done. I'm too depressed. I'm not happy with my present name. I wore a dress last week and I slept with 30 people, and I can't be held responsible for what I might do next. Look, I know you're going on vacation next week and that you said you don't want any more videos from me. I just need someone to talk to. Fine, I am trying to manipulate you a little bit. But doctor, there's so many things that I need to talk to you about. I've been in therapy with you for over 10 years now. I've been a college freshman for 6, a sophomore for 4, and the National Defense Loan I've taken out to pay for this idiotic education, it'll take me a lifetime to repay. I just feel sort of, well, I don't know, stuck. Oh, and I had another memory I'd forgotten. Something else my parents did to me. It was during that period I stayed in the laundry pile. My mother promised me I could have some ice cream if I would just stand up for 10 minutes and not lie in the laundry. And then when I did, it turns out that she had forgotten she was defrosting the refrigerator. I mean, who could forget that they were defrosting the refrigerator? This woman had a college education. Don't you just hate her? Listen, I know I'm 27. And that you think it's time for me to let go of all of this. It's just, I can't move on. My parents were impossible, and I know this stuff already happened. I should finish my paper, and I should do a lot of things, but you don't get to decide whether or not I've changed my name too many times. Just because I've changed it from Rocky to Butch, or Cain to Abel, or Tootsie to Raincloud, or Elizabeth I to Elizabeth II, or Panchita Pierce, or to Mary Baker Eddy. I mean, fuck you!